6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
What we do here is go back.
Hey everybody, welcome to another live chat with me and Jessi. I'm Steven Jensen, that's Jessi Davin. Hope everything sounds alright, looks alright. Thanks for joining the chat again today, y'all. There's not a whole lot to talk about. We're going to be mainly talking about Dynamite.
Oh my god.
That's like the Ethan Klein.
Oh my
Ethan
god, I
Klein
had
post.
so many chins. Dang, sorry.
But yeah, we're going to talk about Miro. That's going to be obviously a big topic of today. Anything that y'all want to talk about. Today's really probably going to be more so whatever y'all are feeling in the chat, to be honest. So if you got a super chat or a donation, the donation link is inside the description. Any amount that you send us, we will make sure to read out your statement or answer your question or cover whatever topic you want us to cover. And we'll just kind of do this for a little while, see how long we go. But, thanks for joining us, y'all. And Jessi, how you doing today?
Doing good. There's currently a tropical depression going around. What am I saying? Like, passing through. So
Going around, yeah.
it's just, chilling, just, kind of decided to squat here, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know where it's going, where it's headed. But it's hitchhiking through. So yeah, I woke up this morning. It was really rainy. It wasn't rainy, but it was overcast, not Florida when you wake up in the morning. And I was like, what the heck? Looked at the weather and I was like, oh, there's a tropical depression. Oh, okay. So yeah, I don't know where it's going, where it's headed, but it's been windy and rainy periodically while also being sunny. And so I opened up the blinds, so I'm watching the weather just in case it gets a little windy. We don't want that. So
Yeah.
yeah, but other than that, very sad today because there is hella college football on, and my Buckeyes um are not playing today because Kevin Warren, the Big Ten commissioner, is a sack of doo-doo, and the Big Ten is full of cowards who will not speak out and communicate with literally anybody. So, yeah, hopefully it looks like they are. I don't even know anymore. Apparently, now the new rumor is mid-October. I don't know what to believe anymore. There was supposed to be a vote. There wasn't actually a vote, but then there actually was a vote. Then people were saying we didn't know there was a vote, so I have no idea what's going on. So I've just lost all hope. So I wear this sweater that Craig Proper sent to me. Thank you, Craig, from Wrestling Observer. That was a very nice gesture. Sent me a bunch of Ohio State stuff. That was his late father's. So he knew I would put it to good use, and I sure as heck am. So, yeah. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm gonna don the shades actually again today. A little full purple if I can get the. So yesterday was raw. So let me backtrack a little bit. Yesterday I went back on Twitch for the first time in at least a year, maybe closer to 2.
It said first time streaming in over a year.
Yeah, I can't remember. It's been a while. So I went on there yesterday. I was supposed to do an interview with and thank you, Corey, by the way, for the super chat that I saw beforehand.
Read that in a minute.
And I know it says he's got to leave, I think, but thank you for joining us as always,
thank
Corey.
you, Corey, and I hope that your anxiety gets better.
Yes. So yeah, I got on Twitch yesterday. I was supposed to do an interview for my podcast, and my guest wound up having something happened to his car. He hit me up from the Nissan dealership and was like, yo, like, I had to bring my car in. I'm so sorry this is happening right now. And I was like, dude, we'll catch up later. It's really no big deal. It's a guy I consider a friend who works for BJPenn.com. His name's Chris Taylor. Great guy. And also a hardcore Vikings fan, as I am wearing my Minnesota Vikings, my Randy Moss jersey that I still have. See, this is how cool I was back in the day, Jessi. This is my same jersey from when I was when he was on the team. I used to wear them so huge. You know, they'd go down to my, that was the look. I wear them with my Jinko jeans. And
so cool,
right?
Dude.
And this still now it actually fits pretty much perfect for goes to my elbows. We're good. So anyways, yeah, I was supposed to do that. So because the interview I canceled, I was like, I got pretty much the whole day to kill now. I guess I'll just get my Twitch up and running in case I ever want to use it ever again. So I wound up playing Fall Guys yesterday for about 4 hours, about 4 hours straight, and I had a blast. That game was a lot of fun.
It looks like fun.
Yeah, and I'll probably stream for a little bit after this chat today. If anyone in here uses Twitch and wants to jump in there, Jessi was kind enough to put the Twitch link down below in the description here. And if you have Amazon and you use Twitch, you get a free Twitch Prime subscription through that. So if anybody has that, it's 100% free to subscribe to me if you have Amazon, and it's free to just follow and watch also. But you get a little icon next to your name in the chat if you subscribe. And I'm working on getting the emotes working and stuff like that. So I'll probably use it again pretty often when I have some free time. So if you are into Twitch, I'd appreciate y'all over there. And there were some people from the chat right now that were in there yesterday.
Yeah, Dylan was in there. Dylan.
Yeah, Dylan's wrestling stuff, supporting, jumping in there.
Tropical storm. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Is it a tropical storm now? Someone in the chat was like, tropical storm's out. I'm like, oh. What is Sally doing? What's she doing?
JGZ says Skull JGZ. Yes. We got to beat the Packers tomorrow. Our biggest defensive weapon, Daniil Hunter, is going to be out for at least 3 weeks, which sucks. But
who?
For the Vikings, he's our top defensive player. We have a really good defense, but he's pretty much
you guys do have a really good defense.
Yeah, but Daniil Hunter's our most.
He's out. What happened?
I think it's a leg. I think it's a leg thing, but it's only going to be. They're saying it's only going to be 3 weeks. But like, luckily we got that dude
Weird.
we just got that dude from Jacksonville. Luckily, Ngakwe or however you say his name, who
Yeah.
plays on the other side of Hunter. So at least we have him in there.
Switch.
But what we wanted was, for the season we want both of them in there, like, 'cause that's like a powerhouse
Who you
rushing
playing
team.
tomorrow?
The Packers, like, we need them against Aaron Rodgers. Like, this is
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need that. Yeah, you need some pass rushing.
yeah. Now, luckily, the rest of we're looking all right everywhere else. Like, Harrison Smith is one of the best safeties in the league. Eric Kendricks is great. I mean, we got, but we don't know what's going to happen with our cornerbacks yet, because our two starting cornerbacks aren't there anymore. We drafted 2 cornerbacks that have looked really good, especially Cameron Dantzler. He's looked really good. But neither of the rookies are starting. Like, they're going to be working in. I'm sure they'll play a lot of the game, but they're not, like, in there to start. So, but then, like, the Vikings offense, I'm not going to sit here and talk about this all day because very rarely, no one's going to really care about this. But
I care.
But Jay Jeezy did throw the skull out there, so at least one Vikings fan in the chat. But our offense, I mean, like, Kirk Cousins is definitely, like, the big question mark. But if he can play even, like, a little above average, our offense should be great. Like, we lost Stephon Diggs.
How's your secondary looking?
On defense?
On offense.
Oh, on offense. Our secondary, like, our, like, rushing game? Or...
No, like your receivers.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Your tight end. How's
yeah,
he
yeah,
doing?
no, all that's looking great. We have 2 great tight ends. Kyle.
Yeah, I know. They need to stay healthy.
Yeah, Kyle Rudolph is
He always gets hurt. Every time I draft him, he gets hurt.
But he's clutch. Like, he
Yeah.
rarely ever misses, like, a wide open pass. And he gets open all the time, and he blocks a ton
Big
for us
dude,
too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You need a blocker. You need a good. That's like he's not a tight end, but you need like a good like. I think Ezekiel Elliott is a great running back because he can block too. Like Ezekiel Elliott is a fantastic blocker, and if you can get a running back or a tight end, they can block as good as they can receive or rush the ball. You're good.
Yeah. Rudolph does that great for us. He's been there for a long time
so big,
too.
Dude.
Yeah, athletic guy. He's got good hands, and then
Vikings need to get pressure on Rodgers for sure. Just bring him down. He's old. Just hurt him. I shouldn't say that, but
Yeah, don't hurt him too much though, in case Kirk Cousins doesn't wind up working out well for us. Because I could totally see Rodgers pulling a Brett Favre and trying to come to Minnesota because he's getting squeezed out. He's getting squeezed out of Green Bay right now. Like he's gonna. It's the same exact scenario. It's the same exact scenario. Like,
do not. That's such a weird thing.
Yeah, But anyway, and then also, Adam Thielen, our top wide receiver, is a Pro Bowl level guy. So like we're good. Dalvin Cook is one of the best running backs in the league when he's healthy.
Dude, yeah, he's fantastic.
Yeah, so I think our offense is gonna really just come down to Kirk Cousins. Like if he can, I'm on the bandwagon though. Like the last few seasons, I have not been a fan of his, but what I have seen from him, the way that he handled last season with like. Basically, Diggs and Thielen both came out publicly. Like, Diggs stopped showing up to practice. Thielen was basically...
That was messy.
But Cousins was the one guy in that whole scenario who didn't say anything about it and just played better. Like, after that, he went out there. He beat New Orleans in prime time. He beat Dallas at Jerry World. Like, Kirk Cousins... I mean, he got a playoff win. He didn't win the Super Bowl, but that's one of his big things.
Dude, a playoff win is a big deal.
One for him, that's his big thing. Is like he doesn't win primetime games and he can't win playoff games. And he won a primetime game and he won a playoff game last year. So it's like at the absolute very least, he is improving and he's doing it while not saying anything publicly negative about any of the team or his teammates. He's just playing better. He's just shutting up and playing better. And if he can come into this season. I mean, people can say whatever they want about his whole "if I die, I die" view on the coronavirus, which, by the way, was like really taken.
I didn't know that.
No, it was really taken out of context. It really was. He basically said, "I believe in like." He's like, "I'm." He basically said like, "I'm 0.00001% like concerned about me getting the coronavirus. Like, I think it's a roll of the dice. If I die, I die." I know that there's people like that can be affected by it. He's not like anti-mask or anti like it's not a political thing. He's literally just saying like I think I'm in healthy enough shape that if I were to get it,
he wants to play football.
Yes, and that's the mentality I want out of a guy like Kirk Cousins. Like you're coming into the season. If I die, I die. Like yes, Like that's what I want. I don't
Same.
want. I
No,
don't.
no.
Yeah. I don't want that because his problem historically is things get tough for him on the field and he mentally completely breaks down. Like he can't.
Yeah.
You know.
He cannot step up and block it out. He's one of those people that it crashes and burns.
Yes, true story. He actually, I don't know if he does it anymore, but he was known to literally schedule his entire day every day by 10-minute intervals.
Yes.
And when you have someone like that, it's like what happens when you're getting pass rushed and you don't know and the play blows up.
We have to improvise.
Exactly. But if you're coming to the season going, you know what? If I die, I die. I am committed to the Minnesota Vikings football team. Like
that's the attitude.
I need that. That's what I'm looking for out of a starting quarterback who's getting paid more than almost anyone else in the league. By the way, so like we've invested a lot. We lost Stephon Diggs over him 100%. Like it was like a me or him scenario, and they were like, all right, because that's another thing. That's another thing you can put on Cousins. Like Cousins wins these big games last year. He's got that if I die, I die, attitude. He's got a new confidence coming to the season. Hey, you don't get along with Stephon Diggs? All right, see ya. You know what I mean? See ya. This is your team, bro. This is your team. We are setting this up for you.
Quarterback, bro. You're the leader of the team, dog.
Well, because
you're the head of that huddle.
Realistically, you only have to throw the ball like 15 times a game. You just hand it off to Dalvin Cook and Alexander Madison over and over and over and over again. And then when you need to, you toss it to Rudolph. You toss it to Thielen. You toss it to Jefferson.
Short passes. Shovel pass.
Just manage the game.
Touchdown.
That's all you got to do. Just
manage the game. 10 yards at a time. 10 yards at a time. All you got to get is 10 yards, man. All you got to get is 10 yards. You got 4 tries. Do it. Basically 3, but depending on your field position. But, I mean, come on.
Yes. So, anyway, that's my big thing on the Vikings this week. I appreciate y'all in the chat for not killing me over just, talking about football instead of wrestling. But it seems like a lot of people are kind of into the football talk, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm here for it. I mean, did you see Kansas State has, full fans? They said they're at 20% capacity, but they put all that 20%, on one side.
Oh, really? I didn't see that.
It was they're all wearing masks, but they are not social distancing. I was like, ooh. I'm assuming they test all their students. What's up?
Yeah, you would hope.
Do you have any pee?
No, we don't have Pediasure.
You don't have cookies?
We don't have cookies.
She asked for that before we went live also.
You can have chocolate milk. You don't want regular milk. Okay, I'll make you some in a second. I do want to read Corey's super chat. If you do want to talk football instead of wrestling, I think a good thing to do would be to super chat it, because we are here for it. Now my husband's calling me. Jeez. We are here for it. I will discuss football all day, every day. But so I do want to get to Corey's super chat. It said he sent it before the show. Like I said, if you have any questions, if you want to be a part of the show, if you want your input on the screen and read out loud, please do super chat it. Read your name and your statement, and we just really, really, really do appreciate it. So thank you so much, Corey. It says, I hope I can get a thank you card from you, Jessi. Take care, everyone. Good night. Lots of love to you all. Lots of love to you, Corey. I am sending thank you cards. Scarlett. A little bit quieter, please. You can sing. I love your singing so much, but can it be a little bit quieter? Oh, she just left. Okay. She's a beautiful singer. I love her voice. If you do I do have 2 baby registries, one at Target, one on Amazon. If you send me if you get something for me, you do not have to. Please, you do not have to. Do not feel obliged. But if you do get something from the registry, I do send a handwritten thank you card. People have actually been getting them, so I got a couple yay, thank yous. And it was scary because we sent them on our way home from Jacksonville. So we had to find a post office, and we were in the middle of absolutely nowhere, and the post office was literally a shack. It was a shack.
Sounds sketch.
And I was like, okay, but it said post office. It was legit. It had the blue thing. I was like, all right. So I sent them out, and yeah. So if you did, Corey, you will be getting a thank you card. I have one thank you card. I have one more thank you card to write and send out this week. So thank you so much, Corey, for that super chat. It really does mean a lot to us. We can talk football if you guys want. Let's just go into Dynamite really quick, I guess. And if you have any football related statements or questions, super chat them and we can talk football because I will talk football. Like, no problem, college or professional. Like,
For sure.
either or. But yeah, Dynamite, congratulations. Boom Shakalaka hit 1 million plus viewers
Yep.
Wednesday, which is a huge freaking deal. So, what do you think about that? While I go make Scarlet chocolate milk.
I thought it was. I mean, I think it's great that they're doing that. Obviously, I mean, we're here pretty much every week talking about how much we love AEW and how much we want them to succeed. On a side note, I'm rocking the Cornerstone bracelet. I've had this for a few years now, but I do want to, when WWE does good things, I do want to point that out as well. And the Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month and all that stuff that they do, I think is really great. So I try to support where I can with little things like that. So even though I'm pretty harsh on the WWE, when they do good things like this, I do want to give them their kudos 100% for stuff like that. But that all being said, AEW Dynamite, thought was another good show. I love the fact that they hit 1 million viewers. I do think it's interesting that people are correlating this to Rusev's debut, or Miro's debut, I should say, because he wasn't advertised, so it's I don't know how you can say he drew that, but at the same time, I think a lot of people are really excited to see Rusev in the company, and I do think he's a great addition. I don't like the fact that he's kind of already second fiddle to Kip Sabian, but I'd imagine he's gonna beat the hell out of him really soon. They won't have him as a secondary character, at least initially coming into the WWE, or sorry, coming into AEW. But I think this is also proof that AEW and NXT should run separate nights every week. It's been great these last few weeks with NXT on Tuesdays and AEW on Wednesdays. And I think it helps both shows out. It helps the fans out. We don't have to choose one over the other. We can just watch both if we want to. And the only company that kind of suffers from that is Impact, because they also run on Tuesdays. But they're obviously not. They don't have the same kind of buzz, or they're not at the same level as AEW and WWE. But
No.
For me, it sucks because well, it doesn't suck. It's great, but it's one of those things where I was watching Impact on Tuesdays because I cover it for the weekend or every Sunday at Fightful. So now I have to find another day of the week to catch up on Impact if I'm watching NXT. But the move hasn't officially been made, but I do think it should.
I think it should too. However, I don't see it happening. A, because of contracts, and B, because I saw Vince said no because of something, he wanted to bring in, he didn't want to lose the demo or something, like something strange that was weird. I don't know.
How would that doesn't make any sense. I'm not saying you're
He's
wrong. I'm
losing
just saying
the demo already.
I'm saying and also the demo wouldn't change Wednesday versus Tuesday. It doesn't it's the same audience. More people are watching their show on Tuesdays than Wednesdays.
Yeah.
I don't know how I should
say that. To me, it feels like a win-win, except for, like you said, Impact. However, if you're, a big wrestling fan like us, all of us here watching this, I mean, we're watching a show about people talking about wrestling, it's hard because, those Tuesdays and Thursdays are nice nights where because I don't have to watch Impact like you do. I'm just
you don't have to watch Impact. What's that supposed to mean? Impact's been really good.
Yeah. I don't have to watch, I'm not watching, I don't have to, take time out of my night to watch it. For me, not that I have, a life, but, I do enjoy, vegging out and watching, abandoned house videos on YouTube, people walking through abandoned house or just chilling.
Sure.
But I mean, I guess I wouldn't really mind it. But it is really a win-win because both the companies are doing fantastic on both nights. And to me, it also there's still a war. There's still a ratings war, I guess, technically. because, it's like, oh, just Tuesday versus Wednesday. Well, how did this one do on Tuesday? How did this one do on Wednesday? Or did I say Thursday? I meant Wednesday. And like, it's just so annoying when I'm trying to enjoy Dynamite on Wednesday. My husband is literally watching NXT, so I'm keeping track of it, and I want to post about it. And someone comes in and says, you should be watching NXT right now. It's like, bro. And, the same goes for AEW fans. I'm sure they do it too. I'm not saying it's one or the other. I will say the WWE fans are way more toxic, just personally to me. They're super shitty to me. But it's, like, really annoying and frustrating, and it makes people super aggressive. And it's like, there is no need for this. Like, why are we getting so aggressive over one versus the other? Like, it is not that big of a deal, especially to me, seeing AEW wrestlers and NXT wrestlers, like, interacting and being friends, like, on social media and, like, being married to each other, like, in real life. There is no, like, war between them. Like, between the actual wrestlers, there's, like, no war. Not that I'm aware of.
No, there never has been.
They seem to be, yeah. It is literally made up by maybe Vince. I don't know. I can't confirm that, but it is definitely made up by the fans. Like, it is completely fan.
I love it.
Driven.
It's the best thing in wrestling. Where people get their distractions from things like we were talking about before, the like TikTok or like YouTube drama or that's where I live for my drama right there is because it's all so stupid. It's so funny to watch.
It's so dumb.
Because it's like you guys are arguing.
And you know what's even dumber is people who think that I am literally crying over this. Like, people honestly think that I was upset and shocked that the NBA took away viewers from wrestling. I'm like, guys, are you kidding me? Do you, like, I love wrestling. Wrestling is my passion. Other than football, it is my passion. It is not what makes my life. Like, it is not, I mean, it makes my life better. It makes my life much more fun. It gives me something to connect with. On my shoulder, I'm like halfway disappearing. That's crazy.
It's pretty cool.
It makes my life a lot more fun. It enhances my life. But it is simply a supplement to my life.
We also...
It is not, like...
Yeah, no, I get it. We talked about this on the show before. Like, we all have to be realists about this, right? Myself included, everybody
right.
included. We're talking about professional wrestling.
We are talking about a man who thinks he's a dinosaur.
Yeah, might be. Can't be proven he isn't a dinosaur, but
true.
But that all being said, I think that like you guys got to keep this into perspective. Like if you're a big enough fan of professional wrestling, that you will like. It's almost like religion, right? Like imagine being so into something that you can't prove that you're willing to kill other people over it. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? It's so weird to me. Like, if you're a wrestling fan and you're guess what, y'all? WWE isn't going anywhere ever.
No, they're not.
It's the Disney of wrestling. Okay, it's always going to be around. AEW gives us an alternative, and there's a lot of people like me who watched WWE my entire life, and there's been about a decade or so that I've really not enjoyed it, and now there's something that I think is better, and I watch that instead. It's that simple. Yeah. It's that simple.
What?
And guess what? If AEW starts sucking and WWE's killing it, guess where I'm going?
Yeah, me too.
And it's not a loyalty thing. I have this amount of hours a week that I want to watch wrestling, and I'm going to dedicate it to the things that I'm really enjoying. It's that simple. If Impact Wrestling were in the same night as NXT, and Impact was putting on a better show, I'd watch Impact. It's that simple. It's that simple. And guess what? I'm supporting all the companies anyways. I've just showed. I got a Conjure Bride. This is a WWE product I'm wearing on my wrist. Like, right? I could be wearing an AEW T-shirt with a Kevin Owens hat or something. Like, it doesn't. It's all just pro wrestling, and the competition is good for the wrestlers. There's no way someone like Miro, and this isn't a slight on Miro. It's just the truth. There's no way that someone like Miro has an opportunity to do what he just did without the competition.
Which was fantastic. Right. I Loved it.
There's a whole lot of people that can apply to. If the WWE was the only show in town, and they were just stuck there under contract or just got let go, there would either be nowhere for them to go to make comparable money, or they would just be stuck in a company that wasn't using them and they're miserable. So AEW gives them another option. And so the WWE gives that same option to former AEW talent. It's going to happen both ways. There's going to be a day.
It's gonna happen.
There's going to be a day when Jungle Boy is a free agent and has to make that choice. And Hangman Page is a free agent and has to make that choice. Like, I'm not saying they're all going to jump.
Is
but
best for them.
Right. Exactly. And that's the thing. Is like, I don't know how it could be seen as anything other than that. Like, neither of these companies are trying to put the other out of business. WWE kind of might be with AEW because they probably see them as a threat.
Yeah, a little bit, but you know what?
But it's business. It's business.
It is.
If I created
capitalism.
If I essentially created an entire industry of something, like I created something brand new that I had gotten to a point where I had fully controlled it and like I accomplished my goal, and now we're just rolling. And then some other company came along doing pretty much the same thing we do, and in 1 year is pulling better ratings than one of my shows. I'm sitting there going, "Whoa, wait a second, we can't be having this." You know, like this all makes sense. Like, all this stuff makes sense to me.
Right. Like, and I know a lot of people are giving AEW a lot of criticism about, well, all these former WWE guys, they come in and they talk shit about WWE, and they shouldn't do that. I think they should just move on. It's like, no, I disagree with that. I think it's important. I think it's something that if they want to speak on it, speak on it. Like, if you've been hurt, if you've been burned, I think we can all relate to that. I think we can all relate to being hurt and burned by somebody in power, or a person that has more power than them, or being burned by someone who you end up being in a group that a bunch of other people have been burned by them.
Yeah, sure.
You need that kind of support, you know? And I think that gives people a relatability. It gives the person themselves an extra push of motivation. Like, I think it's great. I think it's a great comeback story because it's something you can't hide from. People want to complain that it's all like WWE people in AEW. Well, they're the top of the food chain. You know, like, so what?
Yeah.
So everyone has to start somewhere, and sometimes, you know what, when you make it to the top, it doesn't work out. Okay, all Canadian Football League players are usually, I don't know if they are, but a lot of them come from like the NFL rejects or whatever. You know, I was burned in the NFL and I'm going to go to the Canadian Football League and try and make my name. You know, I was in college football and I tried to go to the draft. I got undrafted and, you know, I got cut from a team. You know what? I'm going to go up to Canada and try and make a better name for myself. We're not shitting on those people.
Well, it'd also be different. It'd also be different if they were doing it every week that they're there. I'm okay with it if it's like Miro comes in, says his thing, but if his whole gimmick is like, I never got the fake brass ring, and he says it like every week, you'd be like, bro, get over it. But like, it's one time.
Yeah.
For all we know, it's one time. The only thing that's like kind of a long-term thing is Brody Lee, because he's doing a lot of different, but that's a parody on Vince. Like, that's meant to be that. So
it's yeah. Which if people have issues with that, I can see it, but I don't mind it. Just like I didn't mind WWE last night, I guess, on Smackdown, kind of throwing shade at AEW with like Jeff Hardy. He was like, well, I guess he didn't go unconscious. So, you know, we were able to continue the match, which, you know, I don't know if that was shade, but it sure seems like it, but it's not that big of a deal. I thought it was pretty funny.
That's hilarious.
I know. I thought it was funny. I don't have a big deal with that. I'm not butthurt. Like,
AEW, I mean, I'll admit AEW totally dropped the ball on that whole thing.
So, yeah, they messed up, and no one's defending that. I don't think anyone other than like AEW who has to cover their butts are defending that.
Well, yeah, Matt Hardy comes out this past Wednesday and talks about how he'll come back after he's cleared, and we gotta
talk about this.
Well, so he says he's going to come back after he's cleared. So how is it that he can get cleared within 4 minutes of being knocked unconscious, but it's going to take him a while to get cleared to come back to the ring now? Like, he could not have possibly gotten cleared by an actual doctor who does. I mean, it might have been a real doctor, but like, he did not go through any actual. it's impossible to be knocked out like that, and then within 3 or 4 minutes be determined like that you're totally safe to just go out there and jump off of the the scaffold. Like,
it was like they
insane.
asked him what day it was, and he just by a crapshoot got the day right.
Or so, yeah. Well, hey, what's your name?
What
Matt?
day is it?
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, what day is it? Monday. Close enough. It's almost midnight. Let's go. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Like high school football.
I mean, yeah, right. And a little smelling salt in their nose, and rock'em sock'em football. All right, let's go.
I mean, honestly, like, he was speaking very clearly. I mean, the dude isn't, like, I still shouldn't have happened. And, like, I'm not justifying this at all. I'm just trying to figure out how they cleared him for that. Especially after he, like, fell over trying to wrestle Sammy. Like, oh.
Yeah, couldn't say.
But he was talking very clearly.
Yeah, sure. I think he's fine now.
It was, like, very deceptive. It was, like, I know there's, like, I'm not a doctor, but I do know that concussions can be delayed because it takes a while for the, like, bleed, I guess, or whatever it is, it takes a while for that to, like, happen. But, I mean, like, it was just really shitty. But we need to talk about this. We're probably going to get demonetized because what I'm about to say.
Fine.
So super chats would be really appreciated. But the sheer pussy power on Rebby Hardy to make, this is what it looked like to me.
Okay.
She's, like, so mad at him because she's sending those texts. She walks in. I mean, she's Puerto Rican. You do not mess with a Puerto Rican. Like, you do not mess with a Puerto Rican, especially a Puerto Rican woman, right? You do not mess with them. They are alphas. They wear the pants. She was so mad. She said, I don't care that we have a little baby child. I'm going to walk up to Daly's place. I'm going to sit in the front row of that audience, and I'm going to watch you apologize to everybody for continuing that match. I'm going to apologize. I want you to apologize to everybody. And she sat there and was like, she was a presence. That is the type of feminine. That's a feminist. Like, I mean, like, that is the kind of confidence that I wish I had. Like, I wish I had the balls, like the pussy power, the ovaries, the sheer estrogen energy to stand my ground that hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
like,
yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Like, I'm sitting there going, oh my God, he does not have to apologize. Why is he saying sorry to me? You know? Like, what? Don't say sorry to me. You didn't do anything to me. You were entertaining me and you got hurt. And I'm like, oh my God, it's Rebby Hardy. Like, she brought that baby too. She was like, I'm bringing the kid. I'm bringing the youngest, the little one sitting with Senor Benjamin at home. You know, she homeschools those kids too, and she's like a beast. Like, they learn.
And like, I saw people like actually tweeting online throughout that, like, you do not want Rebby Hardy coming after. Like, the people were like, actually, like, no. You do, like, she will fuck you up. Like straight up. Like,
you do not.
No, I know she has a reputation.
I mean, look at what she said about Ashley when Ashley passed away.
Ashley Massaro? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Can't remember what she said.
Yeah, she said some very, I'm pretty sure she said some very questionable things about it, but she holds a grudge.
Oh. Interesting.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Interesting.
Hold on.
Look.
My husband's calling in. Podcasting. But yeah, let me get my charger really quick. But yeah, that was just amazing and incredible and the coolest thing ever.
Well, something else on the show that I definitely want to mention so I don't forget is the beginning of the show, which was just also incredible because it looks like we're definitely going to get some stuff between MJF and Jericho, and that is going to be incredible. Like, I hope they're like an alliance for a little bit, and then ultimately it will lead to a match between the two. I'd imagine.
Did you see him tweet at the exact same time?
Yeah.
Brian Alvarez.
Yeah. Yes, genius. That's all just perfect.
Fantastic.
Like, yeah. I imagine Jericho's going to turn.
Dueling Escalades.
Yeah, no, it's all perfect. I think Jericho will turn babyface throughout this also. I think it's probably what will wind up ultimately happening, and him and MJF will have a big match, which I hope happens, and I hope MJF beats him.
That is just, it was perfect. Like, you can tell Jericho had a lot to do with that. You can tell Jericho and MJF were like talking about it.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Like, this has Jericho written all over it. Just the subtle, like, it's like stress for detail. Just, and then like just the tweet. That tweet was art because they did not have to do that, but it was literally at the exact second.
Yeah.
They both tweeted the exact second. It's like they were like, all right, ready, go.
Yeah.
Not even 1 second off.
Genius. Totally genius. I know I have the
There's such like a parallel, you know, like not a parallel, but like they're on the same linear timeline right now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, I'm really looking forward to all this because you know they've teased the, like, months back, MJF and Jericho like teased something when they were both basically feuding with Cody, talking about how much they hated Cody. Like, they were like, and they like were in the ring together, and it was a really good segment. And I know that Jericho has said publicly before that when AEW started, the first person he chose to be in the inner circle was MJF, and then they wound up like doing they redid how they wound up going that route. But like, Jericho's first choice in that company to be with him was MJF. Like these two guys have wanted to work together, and Jericho, I think, is going to do everything he possibly can to elevate MJF as much as humanly possible.
He knows he's the future.
Yeah, 100%. We all do. I mean, he is. MJF is the future of that company, straight up.
His match with Mox was fantastic too. Like, he's in the ring. He's a great wrestler.
Yep. He does a lot of stuff. Like, I've seen him in like on the indies and stuff where he would do like Fosbury flops over the top rope to the outside and stuff. Like, he can do like everything. He can do all the moves. Like, he could probably do shooting star presses off the top, no problem. It's just why would you if you're trying to get people to boo you? You know, like, he keeps it true to that character. He doesn't do any of this stuff that I know he can do. I love it. I think it's going to be great to see that happen. What else happened on it? Oh, I guess we can talk about, like, we talked about Miro a little bit. I don't know with, like, I'll say this. I'm happy that he landed in AEW because I do want to see more people that didn't get opportunities in WWE get, like, legitimate chances in AEW. Mm-hmm. So there's even someone like Joe Henning, for instance, who no one has heard anything from in months. I feel like he will be popping up in AEW at some point also. Curtis Axel from the WWE. Because, like, you know, he's Kurt Henning's son. Like, he never had a real chance in WWE. He's probably got all these awesome ideas for himself that he's always wanted to do. I think the same about, I mean, we'll probably see David Benoit will probably wrestle in AEW at some point when he's ready. I mean, we're gonna see a lot of this kind of stuff, and I think that it's cool that we're gonna see people getting chances. But with Miro, it's interesting because I feel like he's either gonna blow up, like he's either gonna get to like the point where like he gets so over that they need to put like the title on him, or he's gonna get completely lost in the mix within a matter of months. Like, it's gonna be. And I don't know and I honestly don't even know which route I want, to be totally honest. Like, because I wasn't the biggest Rusev fan. Like, just full transparency, didn't think Rusev was as great as what people always said he was. But if he can prove me differently in AEW, that I'm here for it. Like, here's your chance. Like, do something different than I didn't see you doing in WWE. I know he's super athletic, and he's a really, really, really well liked guy among like the wrestling community and the other wrestlers. So like, if I, you know, and this is just me personally, there's plenty of people that would be like, no, Rusev's always been awesome, and now he's going to be even more awesome. Like, that's cool too. I just want to see more out of him, and I feel like this is going to give him a real opportunity to kind of change my mind about him. So I'm looking forward to seeing how all this unfolds.
Me too. I really don't see it as like a black or white kind of thing. Like, I don't really see it as he's going to go all the way or not at all. I would be totally fine seeing him kind of just like in the shuffle. You know, from time to time, I could see that happening. Just like a consistent threat, but not completely like a total threat. And I think the only way it could be a total failure is if he just gets completely lost in the shuffle and ends up on like AEW Dark like once every other month. You know, I think it'll take time. I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with this whole Kip Sabian thing, because we really haven't seen a lot from Kip Sabian lately.
And
Like,
Sabian's like a basically a opening act to mid-level guy with AEW. Like
yeah,
he's not like
exactly.
this isn't like a great spot for, unless Miro comes in and he's just gonna beat the hell out of him.
Yeah,
You
that's
know
what
what
I thought
mean?
was gonna happen.
Right.
Which I think would be great. I think that would be like a really good place to start. I mean, I trust in them. I feel like he's got ideas. I feel like other people on the roster have ideas. And I feel like I trust in AEW to listen to their talent
Sure.
and listen to what kind of stories they want to put out. And that's why I have trust. It's hard for me. And maybe it could happen. I don't know. Like I said, this is a newer company. We've got a lot of time. I feel like AEW listens to their wrestlers and listens to what they want creatively and really honestly puts that input into their booking decisions.
Yeah.
I really do feel that. I feel like they value the wrestler as a person because they're the ones portraying the character.
When it's also
so
a wrestler-run company. Like aside from Tony Khan, it's run by wrestlers.
Exactly, and I feel like that is it was definitely a risky move, but so far it's been working. And I think you need like a Tony Khan to be there just in case it gets a little out of whack. But I don't feel like we've had, Cody Rhodes shoved down our face. I mean, he hasn't been there,
No, and
we haven't had the young.
And there are people you have to push. Like there
are.
Like the Elite is the reason AEW exists. Like we
Yeah,
have to be
all
realistic
elite
about that too.
wrestling.
Right, sure, well, sure. But it's like because of their popularity with the Bullet Club and all the stuff that they accomplish outside the WWE, like, and with All In being basically like the big test to see if this would work, like there are certain people that have to be pushed. Like you literally started a company because of certain people. So like Cody has to have a good spot on the show. The Young Bucks have to have a good spot on the show. Kenny's got to like. You like how could you not? You know what I mean? Like the company is based around starting because of the popularity of these people.
Gotta follow the money, dude. Follow the ratings.
Got a super chat if you want to read it out, Jessi.
Yay!
Thank you, Dylan.
Dylan, thank you so much, Dylan. Like I said, guys, if you want a super chat, we will read it, and we are gonna read this one from Dylan. Thank you so much, Dylan. It means a whole bunch to us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It says, I feel like Miro is gonna pull up. I was a huge fan of Rusev Day with Aiden English, so AEW is a great place for him. Flip the bird on Vince and WWE for screwing him over. I think so too. I think being burned by WWE is a great motivational tactic. I don't know if using that solely, like we said, on TV is a good idea, but I feel like for him personally, to prove Vince wrong, just like Brody Lee. I mean, my God, look at the difference between Luke Harper and Brody Lee.
Yeah.
Holy smoke.
Killing it. Love Brody Lee.
Killing it. And it took time. It's been almost a year. Well, no, when did he?
No, he was.
No,
quarantined.
it's been a couple. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's been. Sorry, my bad. He hasn't been there since the beginning. When did he? He debut in front of a crowd? No, I feel like it was right after.
It was the first show, the same show that Hardy. It was the first no
was
fans.
it the same show?
Yeah.
Okay, so it was like what, March?
Something like that.
But it took a little bit. I mean, he was just kind of there for a while.
Yeah. Well, they threw him right into the title, and then like he had to like rebuild from there. Yeah.
But he kind of like had a place as the Exalted One.
Yes.
Rusev just kind of comes in a beautiful parallel to the way he left WWE. I thought that was great.
Yeah.
How he left in this like horrible wedding storyline. Like the worst thing. Lana tried to drag me on Twitter for it. Like that's how much I hated it. She ended up actually like reaching out to me privately, which was really sweet.
Yeah, that's nice. But
but it was still
how delusional.
Really
how delusional do you have to be to like think that was anything other than complete shit? Like seriously.
Yeah. Well, what she told me privately, which I won't disclose, it made sense and I respect it. But the way it came off on television, was trash.
Yeah, it was awful.
And that was something that probably worked
awful.
better. Yeah, well, the thing I did not like was the whole like, oh, I'm gonna get fat 'cause I'm pregnant thing, like that. The whole
one wasn't it also like wasn't that when like Liv Morgan came back and she was like lesbian with her out of nowhere and
like it was me. Yeah, God, I forgot about that.
So the whole thing was so stupid. Like
It was
Anyways.
a wild time. But anyways, I mean,
yeah.
look at the parallels between that and, you see Brody Lee, who was formerly Luke Harper, who was like Intercontinental Champion once when he was with the Wyatts, and then he just kind of went away, like, and you see him now. So that's kind of how I have faith in Miro. But
Yeah.
I do think that he is using that kind of, not bitterness, but like that chip on his shoulder to motivate him. And I feel like it was also probably a good negotiation tactic as well. I mean, you look how over Rusev Day was, and Vince is over there telling him how that he's being made fun of.
Yeah.
Like, of gaslighting. Like, oh my God, you're like the #1 merch seller. I know that doesn't really mean much, but
Oh,
people
no,
are
it
like,
does. So the WWE, it should.
It should. And I have a Rusev Day shirt. It's too small, but I have a Rusev Day shirt. And he's funny, and like I even, you know what I loved? Not a lot of people remember this. It was a crap angle, but it was so funny. Does anyone remember Dog Ziggler?
Dog Ziggler.
Do you remember that when he was feuding with Dolph Ziggler, and like there was like a fish?
I don't remember this.
Fish.
I don't remember this at all.
You don't remember? Look up Dog Ziggler.
Dog Ziggler.
Dog
oh my
Ziggler
God.
is.
All right, I'll have to check that out.
You don't remember Dog Ziggler?
No.
There was like fish. There was fish being slapped in faces. There was a dog called Dog Ziggler.
Oh my God.
It was. You don't remember Dog Ziggler?
No,
Oh
I
my
do,
God.
I do remember, like, probably
Fish.
the best thing that I've seen Rusev do, and this is gonna sound like a really backhanded compliment, but like it was really funny, was Southpaw Regional Wrestling. I thought he was really funny on that.
Oh God.
As like the farmer or whatever he was. It was like,
Yes.
It's just funny.
Oh, with Summer Rae. Yes, with Summer Rae. Because Dolph and Summer Rae were together.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
now I remember that. Yeah,
And it
that
was
was like the
Dolph.
3 weeks where they were together or whatever. Yeah.
Yes. Dog Ziggler
Dog
was the
Ziggler.
best thing ever.
Oh my God.
I still remember Dog Ziggler.
I do
And it
now.
was like this. It was like one of those dogs. I gotta look it up now. Hold
Demon
on.
dog. Also, to Dylan's kind of point here, and I'm gonna definitely be in the minority here, I think. And this, once again, this isn't me. This is not a dig on Rusev, even though it feels like I'm doing that over and over. Like, all these are really backhanded compliments, but like, I think Aiden English is better than Rusev is. Like, Aiden English,
Hold on.
you're good. Aiden English is fantastic on the microphone and really good in the ring. And he's like really good on commentary. He's really versatile. And not that it really matters, but he's married to Shaul Guerrero, Eddie's daughter. And like, so he's like obviously around a lot of, I mean, I shouldn't say obviously, but you'd imagine he's around a lot of like wrestling people, often probably got a lot of really good ideas and probably helps train and stuff like that. I don't know. I could just be kind of speculating there. I don't know how close he is to the whole family, but like, I mean, he's kind of by extension of Guerrero, which is kind of crazy. And like,
Yeah.
And he's really good. And I thought him and Rusev together were a great pair. So,
I got it.
yeah, Dog Ziggler.
Hold on, no, I'm sending it to you right now.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. This dog, I'm gonna text it to you. He's just the best. This picture of this dog is so funny. This dog was terrified. I remember the weirdest stuff in WWE, I swear. Like, I'll never forget the forklift. That was just the greatest.
Which time?
The forklift with Roman Reigns.
Oh, with the boxes.
With the boxes.
Yeah. Oh.
Dog Ziggler.
Dog Ziggler.
That was so funny. Oh my God.
Yeah, the Roman Reigns, that stuff was. I will admit, like, because I haven't watched SmackDown in so long, but like, I am interested in the Roman Reigns stuff. I'm not interested enough in it to like watch a 3-hour or 2-hour. I guess SmackDown's 2 hours to watch a 2-hour show every Friday, but I have been trying to keep up with the Roman Reigns segments and stuff because
I think
that
it's great. I'm so happy. Props to WWE for finally, running with a heel Roman Reigns. It is great. That is fantastic stuff. I cannot praise it enough. I cannot praise Roman Reigns enough and Paul Heyman, the Walrus, apparently,
Firefly Funhouse, newest
for,
edition.
yeah, like, oh, I thought it was Kevin Dunn at first.
Yeah, I thought it was so funny because of his teeth.
Because of the team.
But what is kind of strange to me, because once again, I haven't been following SmackDown, so like I could just be off here. But I've watched every WWE pay-per-view, so like I'm still up to date as far as that goes. Have they positioned it now to where like the Fiend is a babyface? Like he's actually like, I feel like he's supposed to be getting cheered at this point.
I don't know, because Alexa Bliss apparently did like a. I tell you what I think happened after watching the clip, because I wasn't able to watch SmackDown live because my cable was, or my Fire Stick wasn't working, so I just like bit the bullet and bought cable today, which I won't get till Friday. But okay, anyways. Apparently, Michael Cole was talking about the Fiend, and as soon as he said the Fiend, she like snapped. So I don't know if that's like the MK Ultra word. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. You might get it. But like she went full MK Ultra. I'm not even kidding. She like, it was like that code word, and like you could see the whites in her eyes, and then she Sister Abigail Nikki Cross, I think.
Oh.
So that's pretty like poopy. That's pretty heelish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
True.
I don't know how you can have a babyface Fiend but a heel Alexa Bliss.
Because yeah, and once again, I could just be off on it, but I feel like, you know, if Paul Heyman's going to be a part of the Fun House, but Roman Reigns is a heel, so they're going to be making fun of Paul Heyman, and like the Fiend kind of got screwed over by Roman Reigns in the title match.
Did.
Like, I mean,
So
obviously.
it's gonna be
Well, and you know, Reigns pinned Strowman, not the Fiend, to win the Fiend's belt. Like, it's like all this is like, it's like all sympathy towards the Fiend, which is weird because you'd think he'd be like the most like demonic character ever, but now I'm like, I mean, my thing is like, I just want Roman Reigns to kick everyone's ass now. Like, I just want Roman Reigns to win every match and just be the heel champion for the next 5 years straight. Like, I'm totally fine with that. Make him my new Brock Lesnar, who's actually there.
He's literally like embracing the meme that he once was, you know?
Yes, I love it. Love it.
Like, because we all complained, like, when he was number 30 in the Royal Rumble, we all complained. He didn't do anything. We all complained that he would sit there, like, in, oh, what match was it? Maybe it was the other Royal Rumble where he had to be number 1, where he just, like, laid off to the side.
Yeah.
And, like, didn't do anything, and then came in at the end and won. Like, we always complained about that. And now he's, like, running with it as a heel gimmick. I think it's fantastic. And we did get a super chat from Ahmed. Thank you so much, Ahmed. Thank you so much. It says, if AEW fails, I'm no longer a wrestling fan. WWE thumbs down. He elaborates. Sorry, I lost my WWE passion. If AEW fails, I'm no longer a wrestling fan. WWE really messed up my love for wrestling. I'm not exaggerating, I promise. That's, you know what, Ahmed, you're not alone. Yeah, that's happened to a lot of people. It really has. And I think that AEW is that kind of fresh, new alternative to WWE that is what makes it so great. And I think, you know, if you love AEW and it's something that you look forward to now that you don't enjoy WWE, that's awesome. And I'm so happy for you. And even for other people who have it kind of the other way around, whatever. Like, I know I don't think anyone will be like, I was hurt by AEW, so I'm going to watch WWE. I don't think that's happened yet, maybe. But,
I mean, Jim Cornette.
I think that's great.
Jim Cornette. He's the only one. But yeah.
He actually defended. He actually went to bat for Tony Khan the other day, which was awesome.
Good for him.
Yeah, when yeah.
Once again, I mean, I said it 1,000 times. I listen to his show more than probably any other wrestling show at this point. Exactly. He knows. Wait, there's certain things that happen in wrestling. When they happen, he gets so happy because he's like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna shit."
I can't wait to make so much money pooping all over this.
Yeah, whether he believes it or not, like he's smart for what he's doing. As long as he doesn't like completely cross certain lines, like that's really the only real downside to someone like Jim Cornette is like, because I think he should have a voice just like everybody else does, but every now and then he kind of goes a little too far, like you know, and then it's like, oh man, like had you just stayed a little bit on the other side of that line, I would have been with you, man. But like you went a little too far there, like you should have. But Anyway, that all being said, Ahmed, I agree with you, man. I barely watch WWE anymore. I watch all the pay-per-views. I've been watching Raw again lately, but
Raw Underground's like disappeared. I'm really upset about it.
I know that's what I was about to say. Is like I was watching for Underground basically just to kind of see what they did with that, and now I don't know. Like the last week they did Aleister Black and Kevin Owens, and like they promoted it and everything ahead of time, and then Bamba Tunde, or what's his name now? Dabba-Kato. Dabba-Kato is his name now.
Sounds like a Star Wars name.
He beat both of them. Like he won the fight. Like Kevin Owens versus Aleister Black resulted in Dabba-Kato winning. Like, how the hell does this happen? Like, there's this, they have these matches where there's no rules, but then they end in, like, draws. Where Shane just, like...
Shane goes, wait, that's enough,
yeah.
that's enough, that's enough.
Or no, like, so I've determined that the ways to win in Raw Underground are either, basically, there are no rules, and the referee themselves don't even know when to stop the fights, because, like, people will be knocked out. What they're all waiting on is Shane McMahon's cue. It's all... That's sick. Yeah, that's sick, man. That's so sick. Once he starts talking about how...
That's why I want to hype up my childbirth.
Once he starts talking about how sick something is, then the fight, that means it's over. Like, whether it's a winner or a loser or a draw, if it was sick, bro.
If it was sick, bro. Yeah. No, I want him to hype up me when I'm in labor.
Yes. Throwback.
Throwback. What's good, my man? It says, he gave us a super chat. Thank you so much. Thank you, Throwback. We really, really appreciate the super chat. Yeah. Let's go. Let's see. It says, what's good, guys? Happy football weekend. With Alexa turning heel and really going in with the Harley Quinn mindset, schizophrenic tendencies as character, what do you think will be a payoff? That's a good question. I don't really know where they're going with this.
I think she's even Bray. I think she straight up winds up just totally going all in with the Wyatt with the Funhouse and all that. And I think her and Bray will be a thing. I think that's where it's all heading.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite schizophrenic because I don't think she's hallucinating or hearing things. I don't think she's experiencing psychosis. What I do think she is hypnotized, like via mind control, like MK Ultra, like we were saying. I think that it's really interesting, and I really think it adds a depth to Alexa, because as much as I love her, I need to be really careful I don't set off my echo. I need to be really quiet. I think as much as I like her character, it does kind of get okay, where are we going with this? She goes heel face, hero face, heel face. She's kind of like Sasha Banks, It's I mean, she's great on the mic. She's a pretty good wrestler. She's a really good wrestler to me. She's got a lot of charisma. She's absolutely beautiful. She is just gorgeous. I love her because she's from Columbus and she's recovering from an eating disorder. And I think she's a great influence to young women everywhere, heel or face, that you can overcome an eating disorder and be a healthy, better person for it. So I absolutely love her and who she is and what she stands for, as a human being. And I really like this kind of added depth to her character, because she really pulls it off. Her, when she was in the ring with the Fiend looking scared poopless, oh my god, she sold it. She could be the next Texas Chainsaw Massacre woman. She could star in a horror movie. I really think that it should have been her over Becky Lynch to not win the championship, but to go to Hollywood. I think she would be a fantastic actress. I think she's the one female that I think of in WWE that could reach that next level of stardom, just because she just has that personality. She really does have a star power about her.
Yeah, well, and they were even using her as the host for WrestleMania when she couldn't wrestle and stuff like that. They definitely see a lot of value in her.
Or something, right?
Well, she was the host of WrestleMania one year, how the New Day did it one year.
When Hulk Hogan, she went like that.
Hulk Hogan hosting WrestleMania was such a sham. I was there live for that. Yeah. That was was it New Orleans for WrestleMania 30 maybe? And I'll never forget Hogan coming out there and said the Silverdome instead of the Superdome. And then that was all he did. It was all he did for the entire show.
All the hosts do. I feel the best host recently was the New Day.
Yeah, especially because they introduced the Hardys when they returned.
Yeah.
That was sick. That was sick, bro. That was sick, bro.
sick, bro, sick, bro. And they had the cart and everything. They had like gimmicks for it. They were great hosts.
Yeah. That was honestly one of, like, I've had the opportunity to be at a lot of really cool stuff live in wrestling, and the top of my list probably, it's between two things probably. It's either WrestleMania 33 when the Hardys returned, just because that place went so nuts.
There's
Like,
a video on my YouTube channel right now of me there at the show.
I gotta see that. I
It's
was
on the channel.
Oh man, I was in the crowd doing like the
Yeah,
along
me
with
too.
it. Oh man, I was going
I
crazy.
peed myself a little bit. Full exposure.
I got so wet when the Hardy Boys returned.
No, I jumped up and down, and I had given birth, like, how many months had it been? It was like a little bit over a year, but I still hadn't fully recovered. So, like, things were weak down there. Sorry.
Yeah, there you go.
And I was jumping up and down, and like a little bit came out, so then I had to like leave and go to the bathroom.
Jesus. And then also the other one that's up there for me is when Daniel Bryan won the world championship over
That must've
Batista
been cool.
over Batista and Randy Orton at WrestleMania 30. That was awesome. But it was
I got back into wrestling.
Gotcha. Yeah, the only thing I think that kind of takes away from that for me, like when it happened. So like what I'm talking about, like as it happened. Like I think I was more hyped for the Hardys, even though the Daniel Bryan moment was incredible. Because you can't forget that pretty much right before that is when Brock beat the streak, and the whole place was dead. We were like, what the fuck just happened? Like no one could believe that Brock Lesnar had just beaten the Undertaker. There was some sort of women's match, like a women's tag match or something, that happened in between the Undertaker Brock, and I remember everybody was just, we all left our seats after Brock lost or after Brock won, and it was one of the weirdest moments I've ever had as a wrestling fan, because it was like we had all just witnessed like a murder or something. Like,
Your childhood died.
Yeah, and we were all just standing like in like the concessions area. Like everyone left their seat. Everyone had to like get up and walk around, and and I'm literally just making eye contact. I'm literally just making eye contact with strangers, and we're just looking at each other, and just like, you know, like we couldn't believe it. Like you're just literally just looking at strangers and like hugging strangers that are like crying. We're just like, man, I can't believe this happened. Like,
that had to be.
It was nuts. I've never had that feeling in wrestling before.
Yeah.
Aside from, I mean, when the Benoit news came out, that was a completely different type of feeling.
That was like, that was.
Horrible. Yeah. And the Eddie thing also, that hurt really bad too.
Yeah.
Like, really bad.
Yeah.
That one still hurts because Eddie would probably still be involved and still be one of the best.
Absolutely.
If not wrestling, he'd be like the AEW head trainer, like, well, you know what I mean? Like it'd be, I mean, yeah, it's a bummer. I'm looking right now because I got an Eddie Guerrero figure, right? I've actually got a Benoit one also over there too, but it's tough. It's tough for me to. I have to compartmentalize when it comes to Benoit. You know, it's just like one of those things where like, I can never ever in a million years forgive the guy.
Yeah.
And I can't celebrate him, and I don't rewatch any of his matches or anything. Although I did watch one of his matches yesterday. I did. But it's one of these things where like, you know, but at the same time, like I said, I watched his match against Jericho I think it was in New Japan actually. From 1995 yesterday, just randomly popped up on my YouTube feed, and I was like, man, I'm gonna watch Wild Pegasus versus Lionheart, like from 1995. And I watched it, and as you're watching it, you're just like, you're like reminiscing, but then you're also like, I can't even. You feel bad even watching it because you're like knowing what that guy wound up doing, you know, just. But then Eddie was the flip side, where Eddie was just like.
Eddie was just a complete.
And got sober and everything, like.
Yeah.
I mean, he basically died because of the abuse he put his body through prior, but like, yeah, that one still chokes me up, man. Like that Eddie.
Yeah.
That was rough. He's one of my favorite WWE superstars ever, Eddie Guerrero. Love that guy.
Yeah, I mean, legend, no question.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know how we got on all that.
Yeah.
What else? What else we got? Anything else to cover?
I'm trying to think, like, what else? I don't even know. Like, what else happened on AEW? Oh, one thing that on AEW that's kind of like become a running gag to me is like a running meme is like every AEW Dynamite. It's not AEW Dynamite without a John Moxley promo in an alleyway.
Yeah, he does great with those also. Like,
It's like
they're good.
he needs his own like Mox alley where he can cut these promos. Like he finds a new alley every week. I'm impressed. He's gonna run out of alleys.
I love that he does that too, because like a lot of people might not realize the way that Moxley got over on the indies, right? Yeah, before signing with WWE, it was him doing promos, smoking cigarettes, and drinking beer, and basically talking like the Joker almost, like just like talking crazy while smoking and drinking. And he usually did them in parking lots or alleys or And I don't even like deathmatch wrestling, but like I watched the hell out of Mox before he got signed. Yeah.
Yeah. I was a big fan. That's how I and plus he's from Ohio, so.
Oh right, true.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Cincinnati.
I don't know if there was anything else really big. The main event was good. Brody Lee and Dustin. Dustin's still killing it.
Dude, like what an unexpected like surprise. I mean, not really a surprise, but the fact that he's doing so well at that age is so impressive.
Yeah.
He's a big dude too. Like, you know, it reminds me of Cam Newton. You know, Cam Newton's a big dude, was a supreme athlete, but his body wore down, and now he's the starting quarterback for the Patriots. But that catches up to you eventually. You're not going to be as quick and as fast as your brain thinks you are, and you're going to be, you know, more susceptible to injury. And I feel like Dustin is really surpassed that, or has like been able to work past that, and just is such a fantastic wrestler. You know what I wonder if it is? He's got those really big dogs. Like he's got those dogs that are like the size of bears.
Who does?
I wonder if that helps. Yeah, he's got those huge dogs. Like having to like walk those dogs and have those things sit on your lap has to be like taking a bump.
Yeah, right. I mean, true. I mean, I think for him,
it's a really weird analysis, but I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how the hell he can still do all that stuff.
I think part of it's like just his lineage, honestly. Like it's just in his blood. He's always been great. He just was always just always used it like kind of strange ways throughout his career. And then the WWE just completely gave up on him, and he clearly still has a lot in the tank. And I also want to clear something up as well. Like I saw people online during this match between Brody and Dustin, I saw some people complaining, saying things along the lines of, why is Dustin looking so good against Brody when Brody went in there and just killed Cody so fast? Like, how is Dustin doing so well? This doesn't make any sense. And the reasoning for that, for those of you who were paying attention to AEW, is Cody went through war after war after war after war.
Every week.
And Brody caught him beat down. And Brody's awesome, obviously, even without it, right? But it's like, with that help, he went in there and just killed Cody. I'd imagine the rematch, Cody gets a lot more offense in the second time they wrestle. So that's the psychology behind all of that going on for anybody who might have like missed that. It was he destroyed a broken down Cody. So and I loved it, by the way.
Exactly. That was a very important.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Oh my god! It took a minute to clock it.
Thank you so much, man. Jeez.
Thank you. Holy guacamole! We both like
saw it at the same time. Whoa!
Thank you.
Throwback. Jeez. Thank you.
Wow. Do you want to read it? You can read it.
Yeah. We'll address this, man. 100%. So, throwback with the 50 bomb says, like I said with Match Memories with Sean. Oh, shout out to that. So Throwback and Sean Ross Sapp do a podcast where so it's Throwback show, but he had Sean on it. And I'd love to be a part of that sometime too, man. I know you've asked me to do podcasts before. I'm still totally in for that. And basically, it's basically like matches that were important to you, and like reliving the matches that picking a match that was really important to you. And I would love to do that. I have plenty of those. And Throwback said, like I said in Match Memories with Sean, you have to separate the man we know now with the body of work he did, Benoit. It's sad how life is. Do you think Finn needs the title to justify his NXT run? Should justify the IC title run was cut short. So,
it's Universal title.
Well, yeah, the Universal title was like 1 day, but then he also had some short IC title reigns as well, I guess, because he did have the IC title.
Okay.
But yeah. I also that too, for sure, definitely comes to mind. Yeah. So yeah, as far as the Benoit stuff, I think it's fine to compartmentalize it the best you can, but I also don't think he should ever get into the WWE Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where, like, on his wrestling career, he's definitely 1,000,000% a Hall of Famer, but because of what he did in his personal life, I don't think you could ever induct him to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I agree. It's kind of like the whole, like, if you're going to use that reasoning, like Triple H towards China,
yeah,
like,
kind of.
Google it,
I mean, but they did put China in with DX. Like,
Benoit's not... but I'm not comparing either or. I'm
right.
saying, because I'm not comparing them. I'm just saying, if you're that scared about China,
right?
Because
right. Sure.
She showed her.
They don't want little kids. They don't want little kids googling China and seeing her painted green like the Hulk getting boned.
Googling China. What China did is not even in the same universe, in the same dimension as what Benoit did. Not even.
No one's making that comparison. But I understand what you're saying though. Like looking up China and seeing the porn she did and stuff is much different than the murder, double murder, suicide.
Brutally.
Yeah. Yeah, we're all in agreement there.
Just, and that's I hope that doesn't get taken out of context. That's like not what I meant. Like I meant like that's just if they're that worried about her for that, which is like.
Yeah, Benoit's never getting in.
Yeah.
It's easy.
But oh my god, man, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Throwback. I hope you've seen our reaction. Yeah. I mean, we both said, "Oh my god," at the same time. It was really funny.
I'll address the rest of it with the Finn Balor stuff. I think that it was inevitable that Finn Balor was going to get the NXT title, if not the UK title, because he was feuding with Walter before the pandemic for the UK title. So there was definitely big plans for Finn Balor in NXT. I do think he's the best option as champion currently, with Karrion Kross being out and Keith Lee moving to Raw. I think that Finn Balor 100% should be the champion. And it is something different than his first run. When he was the champion the first time, he was fresh off his New Japan. He came in, he was kind of like, the comparison sounds kind of lame, but it's like he was a boy then, and then like became a man, and now he's like a different version of Finn Balor, and he got a bit more of an edge to him. There's a different vibe to him. Wrestles a little bit more aggressively than he was before. So I think it was really smart to put the belt on Finn Balor, and I think there's a lot of really interesting feuds that he could have with that title as the champion that we have never seen before. So I think it's going to benefit those guys too. If you wind up getting a guy maybe like Cameron Grimes or someone like that in there with Balor, I think it helps everybody involved. So I think Balor as NXT champion is great.
Yeah, to kind of piggyback off that, to solidify and justify my whole justification, if you will, to Finn Balor going to NXT was cool. A veteran, an NXT veteran, going back in, showing the new kids the ropes.
Well, and it just debuted on USA also. So you want some names there.
You want a familiar name. You want a guy who's been in NXT, knows the ropes. Is going to show all these new kids what to do. And, put him over maybe, potentially. I mean, he's not that old. He's not done. But from WWE to NXT level, and I think it was also important to have him on there to kind of solidify WWE's reasoning that NXT was on the same par. It wasn't like a call-up. People are saying, no, it's not a call-up. We're on the same level. It's not developmental. They're not really calling it developmental anymore.
Right, it's just a third
I think
brand.
It's the third brand, and I think that was important for it. However, I do think putting the belt on him does justify and solidify his NXT run and kind of cements it as, yeah, see, he came down here and he won again. And I think it'll be great because he's going to put on fantastic matches with whoever challenges him for that title. We know that Finn Balor can go. And it's so unfortunate what happened with Karrion Kross. I really love the Finn Balor character now. The demon's gone, doesn't need it anymore. So I know it sucks because I kind of like the demon. I thought it was pretty cool.
But it also, it's cooler when it's rare, though. It's cooler when, like, he rarely does it. You know what I mean? Versus, like, every pay-per-view or something.
Yeah, exactly. And I like his edginess right now. I like his... I like it, and he seems credible as a champion, you know, and the match he had with Adam Cole was fantastic.
Yep.
So, I think it's great, and I think it does kind of justify and solidify to maybe like a casual fan. Oh yeah, maybe, you know, all right, we see this, and now, you know, he's, how many, has he been NXT champion more than once, like 3 times?
This is his second time.
Is it his second? I feel like he lost it and then won it again from like Kevin Owens. Maybe I'm tripping.
No, that Shinsuke and Samoa Joe both won it twice.
Oh,
also.
okay.
But
okay.
he was a
what...
part of the Samoa Joe 2 reigns. Like Joe beat him then.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good move. I think if they want to help drive ratings, Finn Balor is the way to do it. Why not? So.
One also, I have to keep in mind, like he's done interviews talking about how when around the time when the Demon the Fiend beat Finn Balor, which was like Finn's last time being on Raw or SmackDown before resurfacing in NXT, he said around that time, like, and he was getting married and stuff, like he was burned out on WWE. He was becoming kind of a different person. He wasn't liking kind of his attitude towards wrestling, and he wanted like a break. And this was kind of a way of keeping him happy. Also, it's like, hey, how about we bring you to NXT where you know you're going to be a top guy, where you don't have to travel, where you can be with your wife way more often, like, and like all these things. And also, let's not forget, your boys run a rival company that you would totally wind up going to if we don't keep you happy. So,
yeah,
I
really.
mean, Finn Balor is AEW all day if he gets released or becomes a free agent. So,
ooh, it's raining.
So yeah, so I like all the Balor stuff. I like the throwback. Warren would love Grimes winning. Yeah, with the hat, right? Warren Hayes loves
severed sorting hat.
But I like Grimes a lot though. They have a lot of really good talent still in NXT. Damian Priest is solid. They got a lot. They got a lot of good people. Bronson Reed's got a lot of potential for a big guy.
Yeah.
A lot of Adam Cole's still the man. I'm really terrified though. I really feel like Adam Cole's moving to Raw or SmackDown soon. And that's gonna
look what they're doing with Matt Riddle. I mean, my God.
What are they? I don't know what they're doing. I saw he wrestled.
They're not doing
AJ
anything with Matt Riddle.
See, but it's like you knew it. Like you knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's terrible. You got a whole thing called Raw Underground that's based around MMA, and he's not even a part of it.
Dude, because he's not on Raw.
And the Undisputed Era, like, it's clear because like they haven't been coming out with Adam Cole, and like Kyle O'Reilly wasn't even on the show last week, but Bobby Fish and Roddy were and stuff. So it's like the day's coming. The big Kyle O'Reilly push is coming. I'm telling y'all right now.
Yeah.
Get ready. Get ready. It's happening. Kyle O'Reilly's about to blow everyone's mind. If they can do Kyle O'Reilly versus Adam Cole, they had some of the best matches in Ring of Honor history as a team and against each other. Like, let him go. Just let him go and print money.
Undisputed Era will be fine, separate.
Yeah, I mean, I think they should keep Roddy and Bobby Fish together. I'd do a tag team with them. I'd let Kyle do his own thing, even if they keep the 3 of them together. Like Kyle be the singles guy, let them do a tag team. Let Adam Cole do his own thing, do something totally different. But I like him as with the Undisputed Era. But like if they're gonna separate them, of the 4, Adam Cole is definitely the one who's gonna have the most potential on his own right now for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh my God! Really quick before we like do any like concluding or anything, did you see Tyson Fury trying to call out
Drew McIntyre, yeah.
Drew McIntyre with the loud bagpipes.
Yeah. Let's just be realistic real quick. Tyson Fury would murder Drew McIntyre if they fought each other. Stop trying to act tough, Drew. I know that you got to, like, you're the WWE champion. You can't look like a bitch. I get it, but that's not even. Drew McIntyre lands 0 punches on Tyson Fury if they fight each other. Like, no exaggeration.
Dude. That promo was hilarious, bro. I could not hear him over these bagpipes, and these people like in the street are like, "Who is this guy? Like what?" He's like, that's like so like what is it, xenophobic? Like to say it's like racist, I guess, against Scottish people to be like, "Ooh, I can't find a guy, and he's Scottish. Let me get a guy to play bagpipes to lure him out."
Yeah.
That's like saying it's like getting Lucky Charms to bring on an Irish person.
Yeah, like when Conor McGregor came out with Lucky Charms.
Or like
Irish flying out of his pockets.
Yeah.
Well, he owns an Irish whiskey company.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Yeah.
Throwback is.
Throwback.
Thank you so much, Throwback. Oh my God, like I'm so like humbled and grateful right now. Like thank you. Like I don't know if I can explain how much that means to us. Like thank you so much. It brings up a good question. Who do you think is the greatest NXT champion of all time? Finn or Cole? Ooh. For me, Finn is the greatest of all time because of the domestic and international impact of his next run. He made NXT what it is now. I would have to agree. I love Adam Cole, but if you look at the long-term impact of what Finn Balor did for the brand, and being like the first Universal Champion on the main roster, I really do feel like, honestly though, I think Kevin Owens was probably better for me. Just because his like feud with like Sami Zayn was so good.
Yeah, Kevin Owens was my favorite NXT champion personally. I love that. I loved him as the champion.
Adam Cole and Finn Balor, like personally, I would probably I loved Adam Cole, but the Gator Stadium is on fire. Sorry, my husband just texted me. But I think that Throwback makes a fantastic point and a very valid point that internationally, like, he has the impact. And he's actually, like, I think he trained Becky Lynch. Am I wrong?
No, yeah, he did. And he also, I mean, he won the title from Kevin Owens in Japan on, like, that NXT Beast in the East show. So, I'd say Balor for sure. Balor was the most important NXT champion they've had.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. Like, on paper, it's probably Adam Cole because of how long his run was and all the people he beat and how long he held on to the title. But the most important NXT champion, I think, is Finn Balor because of everything what we just mentioned. And also, this was at a time, like, NXT was still kind of, I mean, like, it was growing and it had a buzz about it. But, like, this is also around the time, like, they lost Kevin Owens to the main roster. Kenta couldn't stay healthy, and, like, he was, like, their big project was going to be Kenta, and he... I honestly think most of the push that Finn Balor got was probably meant for Kenta initially. Even Finn Balor's NXT debut, people don't remember, but, like, Kenta, he needed a tag team partner against the Ascension, because the Ascension kept beating him up. And that's how Finn Balor was introduced, was as Kenta's partner. Like, so I think there was a lot of plans for Kenta that wound up having to fall through. And I think Balor would have been huge either way, but I think it just expedited the whole thing where they were like, yo, we got to go with someone. We're not going to have Owens for much longer. We're not going to have Zayn for much longer. We're not going to have Neville. We're not going to have, we're going to bring in, Samoa Joe. We're going to bring in Shinsuke, yada, yada. But, like, before all this stuff happens, like, we've already got this guy. We already got Finn Balor right here, ready to go. Let's strap the rocket to him. And I think it was the right thing to do. I thought his championship reign was great.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens, I like personally the best because that was at a time when it was like you didn't really know if NXT was going to, like, really work out or not, or how they were going to really push guys who they had just signed off the indies, because, like, Sami Zayn had been there for a minute, and Neville had been there for a minute, and guys like Corey Graves had been there for a minute. They were, like, heavily pushing him before his injuries. And there were guys that had a lot of plans for, but they had been there for a minute. Kevin Owens got signed and then was pretty much right on TV and right in the main event and became the champion. And that's when I was like, oh, okay, like they're going to actually like push these guys from the indies, even if they don't fit like because Kevin Owens does not fit the typical look of a WWE superstar. And then I became even more excited when Samoa Joe came out to confront Kevin Owens on pay-per-view, and everyone's like, oh my, they're calling him Samoa Joe? Like, he's actually called Samoa, and like he came out and he faced off with Owens, and you're like, oh my god, they're actually creating a super indie. Like, they're actually taking the best indie wrestlers and just putting them right into big spots on this show. It felt
more like legit. It didn't feel like a D-League at that point.
Well, right, and you also had certain things sprinkled in there that kept true to it being developmental, because you had, like, Baron Corbin and Bull Dempsey. You had, like, all these guys, Mojo Rawley, like, these kind of guys who were developmental projects that weren't ready but needed people or could really benefit from working with people. Because, like, if you got, like, Mojo Rawley versus Baron Corbin every week for the first year that they're wrestling each other, it's not going to really help anybody. But if you have Mojo Rawley versus Finn Balor a few times, like, you learn a lot from Finn Balor. You learn a lot from Kevin Owens. You learn a lot from Sami Zayn. Like, you learn a lot from Shinsuke Nakamura and Samoa Joe and these guys. So, like, and that was a great time to be an NXT fan. I really...
Yeah.
It's still a great show. I think NXT is still great. I prefer AEW to it because they run on the same night and I have to make that choice. But if they ran on separate nights, I'd watch NXT every single week.
Yeah. That was like the prime NXT, but then you know what ruined it? I know it's raining. What ruined it was that putting the guys on the main roster and them getting subsequently buried.
Yeah, for me it became like a thing with NXT where I just have to like go into it similar to when I watch Raw, and I know what I'm watching. Like, I know it's a show that's made for a range from little girls to grandfathers. Like, there's a humongous spectrum of people they're trying to please on these shows. When I watch NXT, like, I watch it knowing what it is. It's like, this is my opportunity to see these wrestlers, probably the best work they're ever going to have for the rest of their career unless they leave the company. So, like, this is my opportunity to see Adam Cole at his best, and Karrion Kross at his best, and Keith Lee at his best, and at the times, Ricochet at his best, and Aleister Black at his best, and Andrade at his best, and all these people that I can mention over and over and over again. I'm getting to see their best work of their career for a couple years. After that, it's a complete coin flip of what's going to happen to them, and if they leave the company, maybe I'll get to see it again one day. But I just have to appreciate it for the few years that I know that they're going to be going balls to the walls and having good matches and good storylines. Hey, and some people never even get that. To be fair, some people wind up. Look at Mike Bennett. Guy gets signed, gets put right onto the main roster, has an awful run. And now he's back on the indies. Like, he didn't even have the opportunity to have that 2 or 3 years in NXT. And going out there and killing it, you know?
That was it was so unfortunate.
And he's about to wrestle for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship against Nick Aldis. And maybe it'll be good. I hope it is. I like the NWA. I think Aldis has done great with the title. But if Bennett loses, then you're kind of right back in the same spot. Maybe he goes to Ring of Honor. I don't know. He's kind of a weird example. But the point is, the people who go to NXT, I appreciate it for what it is. I get some really good
appreciate it for the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't appreciate it for the potential it could have.
Exactly, because that potential gets completely skewed once a 75-year-old man is now in charge of your direction.
Oh, excuse me, your putty. Sorry.
Well, unless anyone's got any last minute super chats, it's probably good for today. We went about an hour 45.
Yeah, it's raining really hard here now, so.
Cool. Well, I will. I'm gonna pull up our sponsors here in a second. When I'm reading these sponsors out, y'all, like always, if you have any last second super chat, got any last second super chats or donations, the donation link is in the description of the video. We will make sure once we're done reading this stuff out that we will still address any of your questions or comments or anything you want us to read out or talk about. What was other? There it is.
Yeah.
So I got to make sure all my personal information is not there on Facebook when I pull this up.
Yeah, all these links are in the description as well.
Yes, and Jessi was kind enough to do that for everybody.
Oh, we got another one.
Oh, before I read these out, let's address the super chat. Throwback.
This is a good idea.
Go and read it out, Jessi.
Throwback with another one. Thank you so much, Throwback. Man, MVP for today. Wow, and thank you so much for everyone else for their super chats. Thank
100%.
you. Let me make sure I get everybody. Hello. Where's my viewer activity? I can't see all my.
I've got it. So we have Throwback, Ahmed, Dylan's wrestling stuff.
Yes.
Corey. Yep. Corey right there at the beginning.
All y'all. Thank you so much. Oh, Jessica's your favorite princess? Oh. I'm sorry. That was sweet. Throwback says, do you think it will be a good idea to put Braun in NXT when the draft happens? Imagine Braun, Cross, and Scarlett as a doomsday cult. That's actually a really good idea. I was wondering what they need to do with Braun. And I think that doing that with Braun, doing something with him, I mean, I don't know. I feel like they've pushed him a little too much for him to go back to NXT. But then again, I guess that wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think that's an interesting idea. I don't know. I mean, the idea of Braun, Cross, and Scarlett together would be interesting to me to see what they do with that. My issue more lies with Braun being in NXT, depending on who else is in NXT. So that's kind of the issue. Like, if they put Braun in NXT and he became the champion, but you have, like, this stacked roster of, like, talent that really could use those pushes and use the title and those stories to help themselves. I don't want to see Braun getting pushed over, like, the future of the business, I guess is kind of.
That's true.
Because he's already there. Like, he's already been the champion. And
he started out as the black sheep. He never, like Throwback said.
Yeah.
He never was on NXT. He started straight up.
No, he's really lucky he never went to NXT. He would have been exposed if he went to NXT. If he was in NXT at the time of all these people that I just mentioned, there's no way he would have been. There's no way he would have been able to keep up with those guys. And that's not a slight on Braun. That's just like he had no experience when he got signed to the WWE.
Oops.
Like he debuted on Raw with like 3 matches, like total for his career. Like if you had him, he would have either not been used on NXT for a really long time, or he would have been in there and just been completely lost in there with Neville and Balor and Joe and Shinsuke and all those guys. They would have run circles around him. He would have had no idea what was going on. There were matches that he had with Brock on pay-per-view where you can hear him clearly asking Brock what to do the whole match, and Brock's even like, bro, like just lay there. I don't know what else to tell you. Like this was like a couple years ago where Brock's just
you've talked about that before.
That was the same match where he punches Braun in the face for stiffing him. He's like, yo, chill out. Like this guy doesn't know what he's doing. Like this guy doesn't know what he's doing right now. But because of Braun's size and his athleticism, you have to have him in a spot like that because he's just. What you don't want is a Big Show scenario where he just becomes just like everyone else, because he should be a spectacle and he should be used more sparingly. I think Braun Strowman shouldn't be on the show every week. I think he should show up every few weeks, destroy some people. I mean, I don't know, but that all to say, it could work in NXT. It depends on how they book it. But I think he's better off on Raw or SmackDown right now, personally. I mean, imagine they go off and they sign all these guys from Evolve, and we get some guys from New Japan or and then Braun Strowman just squashing them on NXT. That wouldn't be. I don't think that really helps anybody.
Scarlett was wondering why you had a purple shirt on.
Because I'm a Minnesota Vikings fan. Vikings.
There's no football today. I was like, yes, there is.
No, yeah. I'm wearing this today, obviously, because we're not going to be streaming tomorrow, so I figured I'd take the opportunity to wear this on stream.
You don't have to justify.
But anyway, once again, thank you, Throwback. And if there are any more last second super chats or donations, we will make sure to address them just like we did that from Throwback. as far as our sponsors, start off with Music City Toys and Collectibles. I just bought more things from them. Always buying stuff from these people because they are nice and they give me fair deals. And they've been a part of my podcasting career, if you want to call that, pretty much since day one. They're kind of Nashville based, from Nashville, Tennessee, around the area that I lived for like 10 years or so. Great people. They'll give you fair business. Check out their Facebook page because they do live claim sales and auctions and stuff where he'll go on, Chad, the guy who owns it, will go on video and like hold up items, tell you how much they are. If they're live in the chat, you can claim them and it'll invoice you the next day on PayPal. Super easy. Also, they just put stuff up there where they'll put pictures of stuff they got in their warehouse and you can jump in the comments, say you want it, they'll invoice you for them. And all their prices include shipping, which is awesome also. Unless the item is like humongous. But 99 times out of 100, it's free shipping on whatever you see. So if you see something on their Facebook page and it says like $4, like it's only $4. Like he's not going to tack on another $3-4 for shipping. Like that's the price. So check them out. Check them out on all social media. Just search Music City Toys and Collectibles. Also, shout out to my brother Brian Jensen. He is a co-owner at Steel Boxing and Athletics, a gym here in Atlanta, Georgia. He works with Parkinson's foundations, foundations that I also work for now, help with their websites and videos and stuff like that. Brian can help you get in shape, learn how to throw hands. They just had a pro fight the other night. You can see a picture here. His fighter won, so I mean he could.
Hey, you keep going. You keep going. My trash can fell over.
You're good. Yeah.
So I gotta go get that really quick.
You're good. So yeah, he corners pro boxers, amateur boxers. He can help you even with like dexterity work. There's people with neurological issues that a lot of the time they don't realize they don't even need to be like punching and stuff to be getting better. Like there's like dexterity work, like touching your fingers and stuff in certain motions and moving your arms and shoulders and stuff in certain ways. And a lot of it is preventative too, which people don't realize as well. Is there's a lot of exercises people who don't have these issues, people who think their everyday life and everything is like totally fine. There are a lot of exercises you can do that actually help prevent the possibility of showing signs of having Parkinson's and those kind of diseases. So even if you don't currently suffer from symptoms, there are a lot of things Brian can show you how to do that will decrease your chances of having to deal with those symptoms, even if you wind up having those issues later on in your life and stuff. So he can help you in a variety of ways. He can meet you on Zoom. He can meet you in his gym in person. He can meet you in a park, at your business, wherever it is. He can help you out. Just follow him on Instagram at BoxingATL. That's BoxingATL. Shoot him a follow. Hit him up. Tell him that me and Jesse sent you, and he will give you a really, really, really good deal on whatever you're looking to do. And lastly, we got WrestleRumble.com, the place to be for all fantasy pick'em contests for professional wrestling, as well as these insane raffles. So right now, jump on WrestleRumble.com. They have for $1 entries, literally $1, you can win 8 NXT Championship belts. These are all going to go to one person. You're going to win the NXT Women's Championship, the NXT Heavyweight Championship, NXT North American Championship, both NXT Tag Team titles. You're going to get the NXT UK title, the Cruiserweight title, and the NXT Women's Championship. That's 8 title belts for $1. Jump over there right now. These were some of the winners from the last contest. They do pick'em contests as well. So like for the shows, you pick like winners and losers and stipulations and different stuff that could happen throughout the match. Michelle McNair won the NXT contest. She won, I believe, $500 for that. The SummerSlam, so they have cold hard cash as well, not just title belts on the line. I believe she won $500. Reginald Owens II, who was at the same WrestleMania me and Jesse were just talking about with the Hardys returning. Reginald Owens got the win for SummerSlam, which I think was a world title belt and $500, I want to say. And Hannah Moore won the last $1 raffle. She won 5 championship belts in that last raffle. And I can't stress it enough. These aren't like the, just buy them over the counter for, $20 championship belts. These are the real deal replica, like $400 title belts. Like these are incredible. And for $1, 8 of them can be yours. Completely insane. Check them out once again at WrestleRumble.com. Follow them on Twitter at WrestleRumble to stay up to date with all their contests and raffles. And like always, like all the other sponsors, if you ever talk to them, just say me and Jesse sent you. They always like hearing that. So that's everything I've got. I'm Fight Talk _ on Twitter. That's FIGHTTALK _
And Twitch.
Yes, and on Twitch. So right after this, I think, I don't know if my brother's here or not. Hey, Brian, are you here? All right, I'm still here by myself. I live by myself. I live by myself. My brother has a key to my place, and he comes over after work all the time.
Are you haunted?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I know we're doing a crock pot for the UFC tonight.
Oh, you in your crock pots. It's so sweet.
Oh, yeah. Almost every night, do something in there. I think tonight we're doing carrots, potatoes.
Yummy.
Doing carrots, potatoes, onions, and like a steak of some kind in there, or like a butt or something.
But, butt?
Like a beef, like a.
Yeah, butt. Okay, like that kind of butt.
Yeah, like that. No, I'm gonna sit in the crock pot. Yeah. Right. So yeah. But I think right after this, I'm gonna go on Twitch for a minute. So if you want to check that out, it's twitch.tv/fighttalk_, just like all my other stuff, fighttalk _ FIGHTTALK _ I'm going to be playing some more Fall Guys on there. If you have Amazon, you can subscribe for free. It doesn't cost you anything if you have Amazon. And you can still watch for free. There's just some benefits where you get some emotes and some banners. And also, forgot to mention, you get to watch ad-free if you're subscribed as well. So that's another benefit to subscribe to the Twitch channel. Even if you don't get it for free, it's only $5, and I get a big kickback off that, and that helps me out a lot. And I'm gonna stream again more often. So right after this, jump over to Twitch, twitch.tv/fighttalk _ and I'm going to be going for a Fall Guys win. I'll probably play for a little while, or until my brother gets here and completely gets just so annoyed that I'm not helping with anything that he busts in here and tells me to stop playing video games. So we'll see what happens first.
Yo, yes, throwback. Okay, now here's the thing you gotta do. Little mini sausages, like you could do Vienna sausage.
I love those. No. I'm about this. Yeah.
But you don't do jelly and ketchup. You do jelly and barbecue sauce.
I've done that. It's fire.
It's so, and
fire.
You know what? Meatballs as well. Put meatballs in there. Boom.
I'm so on that same page.
Money.
I love that stuff. If any of y'all who have crock pot suggestions, jelly. I use my crock pot all the time.
Jelly. I have a really good chicken and dumplings recipe.
We've been doing stuff like that too. Send it to me, because we've been doing like some different soups and stuff.
Later. It's super. I'll just tell you what it is after we get off stream.
Cool.
It's super easy. But yeah, crock pots are legit awesome. No Instapots here, just crock pots all day.
Oh, Conor McGregor just got in more trouble.
Hey, got arrested.
Thank you to Dylan's Wrestling Stuff. He sent me a direct message about this.
Did you see that?
No, I haven't been paying any attention. I pay attention to you when I'm doing this show, Jesse. I'm not looking at anything else. Looking at
that was earlier. That was like way earlier.
What time do you think I wake up in preparation for these shows?
I don't know.
I wake up, I roll out of bed, and then I do this. Okay, I don't pay any attention to what's going on in the rest of the world.
Oh.
I'm kidding. I honestly, I took a shower right before we went live today, so I just missed anything that happened. Yeah, no. It was I was in the shower for like every now and then, because of how long my hair is, because it's like down to here at this point. Every now and then I jump in there and I just do like a 45-minute long shower, just wash the hell out of my hair.
No shame.
So that's what I did today. So I missed anything going on between because I saw the stories from like an hour ago. So like,
doo-doo.
What's that?
Some big deep doo-doo.
Oh yeah, Connor. Yeah, can't stay out of trouble for whatever reason.
Nope.
But yeah, thank y'all. Give me more crockpot recipes, because I will. And then also, Jesse, you got to send me those cookies you've been talking about.
I know I haven't made them yet. I got to wait a little bit to make them so they don't go bad. No
rush.
Bomb cookies. Or I shouldn't say that. Am I allowed to say bomb?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
With the bomb lighting, Minnesota Vikings.
Yes. So, anyways, my stuff.
Boom.
So basically, so there I am. I'm right there. Hi, that's where you can find me most of the time, is on Twitter, at Jessi the Buckeye, JSSITHEBUCKEYE, or on my OnlyFans, onlyfans.com/Jessi the Buckeye. That is the place to go if you want to support me and what I do. That's where you can DM me. Like, I do not answer DMs on Twitter. I don't like to. I just don't. I don't like them. I just don't even look at them. So the best place to get in contact with me is on my OnlyFans, onlyfans.com/Jessi the Buckeye. Same as my Twitter handle. The link is literally there in the description of or the link in bio or whatever. That's the best way to support me directly and support my growing family, because Wednesday I will be halfway through this pregnancy officially. So I'm like, what? I'm like 5 months along now, I think, is what the internet told me. So I'm like, what? I feel like I'm 5 months. Like, I need my Snoogle, which is like this body pillow. But anyways, beyond complaining, I post a lot of really fun stuff over there. I post a lot of really stuff over there as well. Always am DMing over there. I will always respond to your DMs over there. I have never left a message unread on OnlyFans. That is the best way to get into contact with me and talk with me, because you are supporting me and you deserve to be talked to. And I will never deceive you. I will never pull a Bellathorn and be a crap person and deceive you. I will always provide a detailed description of what a photo set for purchase has in it, and it will be exactly that, because your money matters to me, and I want you to be able to spend it and know confidently that you're going to get what you're promised, basically. So onlyfans.com/Jessi Buckeye. I have like baby registries at Target and on Amazon as well. I post those links periodically, but I get a lot of shit for it, so I'm not posting them as much. Well, actually, I just should.
You should definitely post the Papa John's more often.
Yeah, I know. I need to do the Papa John's. papajohns.com, or I guess my code there, Jessi25, 25% off your order. That's good till December 31st of this year. So use that for 25% off your Papa John's. At the end of the year, I'm going to try and see like how I did. I want to see. I haven't really emailed them. So like, how did I do? Hopefully, maybe. And then if it does really well, I'm hoping that next year for WrestleMania, they'll contact me again and offer me a better incentive. So yeah, those are the ways. And then obviously here on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up. We love our chat. We love everyone in here like so much. And we love the support that you give us. It means a lot to us. And we would love to get more like-minded people like you in here with us to enjoy this, because a sense of community and a sense of belonging. I think that's why I enjoy talking about wrestling online, is because we get a sense of community and belonging. And I think that that's really important. So yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like what you see, please subscribe. When we get to 10,000 subscribers, we're going to do a fun giveaway. So we're kind of nearing close. So yeah, and then we got another throwback.
The man.
Super chat with some food. Do you guys like breakfast sandwich meals? Try a bulky roll with a fried egg with cheese, home fries, and your choice of bacon, ham, or sausage. Bomb. Ooh, that sounds good.
It sounds really good. So what is this what a bulky roll consists of, or is there something called a bulky roll that you put with
Probably
all
a
these
bulky
things?
roll, like a big roll.
Like a biscuit kind of thing. Yeah, I gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that sounds really good. You do that in the crock pot, I guess? You can just put it all in there.
Sandwich.
Or just in general.
Yeah, stick it on the broiler for a second.
Because I've done some biscuits in the crock pot that turn out really well. Like I've done like the dumplings and just put them right on top and they just rise up. Oh yeah.
You can do crock pot oatmeal too. That's really good.
Ooh, that sounds good. Yeah, y'all, I'm telling you. And I saw Haley Lucas in there, shredded chili chicken in the crock pot. Yeah, yum.
Yes, that's good.
Yum.
I do so much in the crock pot.
Cooking it up in the crock pot. Oh, and also, yeah, feel free to shoot these to me on Twitter also, y'all. Like, if you want to just mention me and just send crockpot recipes whenever. If I wind up making any of this stuff, I'll take a picture of it and give you credit for giving me the idea for the recipe. So, I love doing that
Boot mill
stuff.
Sandwich.
Boot mill. Nice.
Ooh.
Well, what y'all should do right now, if you're still trying to hang out for a little bit, because I've got a little bit of time to kill before I start cooking and before the UFC starts. So, or at least the UFC portion that I'm going to watch. The show's real weak tonight. I'll probably watch just the main card. So, there's a link that Jessi put in the description of this video with my Twitch channel. If y'all click that, I'll be over there in like within the next 10 minutes. I'll be on there trying to play Fall Guys and try to get a win. So, that's what I'm about to do.
Yes, but thank you so much to everyone. Throwback, you've been an MVP today. Thank you so much. Like, I literally cannot tell you how much it means to us. Thank you, and thank you to Dylan and Ahmed and Corey and everyone in the chat. JGZ, Haley, everybody who else has been in the chat today. Let me scroll up and give some shout outs. Dylan, Throwback, Bro, Jackson, Alfonso, everybody, Andrew, that wrestling hound, everybody, thank you so much. We'll see you guys next time. I don't know when it's going to be, so make sure you subscribe to find out.
Yeah, what's today? Saturday?
Saturday.
Probably like a Tuesday or something if you're free. Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. That sounds good.
Cool. We'll see y'all soon. And if you're jumping on Twitch, link in the description. I'm going to be over there within the next 10 minutes if you want to keep hanging out.
Yes, go. It's so fun to watch.
Yes, I hope you're in there, Jessi. I don't know how busy you are, but if you want to hang out in there for a minute.
We'll see. I'm sure you'll be on there for a little bit, so.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I might play one game, rage quit, and throw my controller through my window. We'll see. If it happens, it'll be on stream. So, it'll be fun.
It'll go viral.
There you go.
All right.
See y'all. Happy Football Sunday, everybody, tomorrow.
Yeah,